Who is the stylist, the costume designer on Gossip Girl. But anyone who works with me,
I love this.
it's like drinking through a fire hose. You're like, wow, I come in and I'm like, this is what we're going to do.
Literally not done. So to be honest, what really happened is we were like, we're going to show the movie, and the studio was like, no, you're going to show 20 minutes. So we're like, no, we're going to show the movie. And they're like, it's not done. And I was like,
Hi everyone, I am Azalea. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, two of Hollywood's most powerful names, are facing the potential collapse of their careers. A staggering $400 million lawsuit looms over them in federal court, and today the judge ruled against them. Blake Lively's once immaculate reputation is unraveling at a shocking pace, all stemming from how she marketed It Ends With Us. Rather than treating the film with the gravity it deserved, she promoted it as a lighthearted, fun girls' night out experience. The movie, adapted from Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, tells the harrowing story of a woman trapped in an abusive marriage. Fans were outraged, calling Lively's promotional strategy tone-deaf. Instead of addressing the backlash, she doubled down, using the film's platform to promote her hair care line, alcohol brand, and luxury jeans, only fueling more criticism. Now, the situation has escalated into two massive lawsuits. On one side, Lively is suing director Justin Baldoni, accusing him and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, of fostering a toxic and hostile work environment. She claims she endured serious misconduct on set.
Who is the stylist, the costume designer on Gossip Girl. But anyone who works with me,
I love this.
it's like drinking through a fire hose. You're like, wow, I come in and I'm like, this is what we're going to do. But it's just because I really, I find that fashion is storytelling. It's a way to message so much more than you can with words sometimes. It's a silent way to message things. So the way that I come into a character is always through the fashion and through the costumes. So
Saw in another interview you said that Ryan, actually, your husband Ryan Reynolds, wrote part of that rooftop scene. Is that true?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would have to compare it to the original one, but that's 99% his. Yeah, he just added. Chrissy Hall wrote an incredible screenplay. It was, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this film. But also, there are natural tweaks and modifications that come in when the actor is hired, and you're trying to infuse your own personality and your own authenticity. And it's like women are people of multitudes, and I think that it was important to me that it didn't just feel like someone's interpretation of female gaze. It really was, this is what we like, this is what we listen to, this is what makes us feel these vibes. And we had an incredible music supervisor, Season Kent, and one of our editors, Shane Reed, who, fun fact, he was my editor on Taylor's music video that I directed. And I was obsessed with him. And I was like, this guy is amazing. And he never edited a movie before. He just finished Deadpool and Wolverine, and he came on and helped us with this one. And he has incredible taste in music. And we share the same composer as well from Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's a lot of sharing.
And further alleges that Baldoni's team orchestrated a campaign to destroy her public image. But in a shocking turn of events, Baldoni is fighting back just as aggressively. The controversy intensified when the New York Times published an article painting Baldoni as the villain in this Hollywood feud. The consequences were severe. He lost representation at WME, his podcast was canceled, and major film deals vanished overnight. His career was left hanging by a thread, all because of Lively's allegations. Now the legal war is becoming more intense by the day. Lively is suing Baldoni for an astonishing $250 million, claiming he orchestrated an elaborate smear campaign to ruin her reputation. But Baldoni denies every accusation. No misconduct, no defamation, no hidden agenda. He insists that Lively's lawsuit is nothing more than an attempt to seize control of It Ends With Us and gain exclusive rights to its highly anticipated sequel, It Starts With Us. According to Baldoni, this entire battle isn't about justice. It's about power. He alleges that Lively and Ryan Reynolds conspired to remove him from the project to take full control of the franchise. Meanwhile, tensions in the courtroom continue to rise. Today's legal proceedings focused on a critical issue, a gag order. Lively is demanding that Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, be silenced, accusing him of publicly defaming her and turning the case into a media circus. However, Friedman refuses to back down. arguing that he had no choice but to speak out after Lively allegedly leaked confidential legal documents to the New York Times in an effort to manipulate public perception.
Literally not done. So to be honest, what really happened is we were like, we're going to show the movie, and the studio was like, no, you're going to show 20 minutes. So we're like, no, we're going to show the movie. And they're like, it's not done. And I was like, sure. They're like, if everything's not perfect and it's not done, and what if we're going to change things? I was like,
we want it to go
I literally
well.
brought the movie with me on the airplane. Like I have like a folder with like a disc, like a hard drive.
The fallout from the New York Times article was devastating for Baldoni. His agency severed ties, his podcast was canceled, and his production company suffered severe financial losses. Now, public opinion is fiercely divided. Lively supporters argue that no woman should ever have to endure harassment in the workplace. However, Baldoni's camp maintains that he is the real victim, targeted by false accusations that have destroyed everything he worked for. Then, over the weekend, the case took yet another shocking turn. Baldoni's attorney unveiled a website revealing a trove of evidence, including emails, text messages, behind-the-scenes footage, and legal documents, all painting Lively in a completely different light. According to these findings, Lively allegedly escalated her claims whenever she didn't get her way, using accusations as leverage to push Baldoni and his team out of the project. And when backlash erupted over her own marketing missteps, she reportedly shifted the blame onto Baldoni. Many now believe this battle isn't about justice. It's about Lively refusing to take responsibility for her own actions. Today, in federal court, things did not go in Lively's favor. Her legal team aggressively pushed for a gag order in an attempt to silence Baldoni's attorney, but federal judges rarely grant such requests. The judge denied the motion outright, emphasizing that public records remain accessible to the press. Despite this major setback, Lively's team continued to argue that the case should not be fought in the media. However, at this point, it is becoming increasingly evident that the damage has already been done. While Lively's reputation is undoubtedly suffering, she still benefits from a level of Hollywood protection. She may face difficulties securing new roles, but compared to Baldoni, who has lost his career, projects, and industry standing, her situation appears far less dire. In court today, Brian Friedman did not hold back. He argued that Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios had suffered financial damages amounting to hundreds of millions of dollars, all as a result of Lively's alleged actions. He accused her of collaborating with the New York Times to construct a false narrative that obliterated Baldoni's career overnight. Court filings now include damning evidence that contradicts nearly all of Lively's claims. Even past interviews where she discussed the film appear to expose inconsistencies in her story. And then came the most shocking revelation yet. Lively has admitted on multiple occasions to taking over crucial aspects of the production. She wasn't just an actress. She allegedly seized control of editing, wardrobe, and even marketing. One of the most controversial moves? Reports claim she discarded the entire wardrobe originally selected for her character and insisted on hiring her own stylist, running up the budget by an additional $500,000. She also personally hired an editor who had never worked on a feature film before. His most notable previous credit was editing a Taylor Swift music video. Yet she put him in charge of assembling a major Hollywood production. Perhaps the most damaging revelation of all is that Lively allegedly took an unfinished version of the movie, without permission, and screened it at a fan event. Studios enforce strict policies against leaks, as early footage can derail a film's success. But despite warnings from Sony and Wayfarer Studios, Lively reportedly proceeded to present the footage at Colleen Hoover's Book Bonanza anyway. At this point, the case is no longer just messy, it's turned into an all-out Hollywood war. Documents presented in court today revealed an alleged attempt by Lively and Ryan Reynolds to pressure Baldoni into issuing a public apology for the film's troubled production. They reportedly wanted Baldoni's team to release a statement taking full responsibility for the controversy while absolving Lively of any wrongdoing. The statement read, "It ends with us was a troubled production, which we take full accountability for. We deeply regret any harm caused to the cast and crew. Blake Lively, Colleen Hoover, and the entire team conducted themselves with the utmost professionalism, and any negativity directed at them is entirely our fault. But Baldoni refused to take the fall. Now, Lively's attempts to control the narrative appear to be falling apart. What initially seemed like a career-ending scandal for Baldoni is quickly shifting into a damning case against Lively and Reynolds. With evidence continuing to mount, Hollywood insiders are beginning to question whether this could mark the downfall of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' dominance in the industry. Will their careers survive this? One thing is certain. Justin Baldoni walked out of court with a win today. Comment your thoughts on this unfolding drama. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more news updates. Stay safe, everyone.